And welcome back to Black Renaissance. I want to welcome right now Tamara Thompson. She's the program director for the Urban Ed Academy, which is right here in San Francisco, working with kids in the Bayview Hunters Point. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're so happy to have you. And this really is a nonprofit that reaches out to young boys in the community. Tell me a little bit about the Academy.
Sure. So the Academy started in 2010, Urban Ed Academy, by CEO and founder Dwayne Jones. And we started because there was just a dire need to provide better services to boys of color, especially boys who are at that critical age of 7 to 11, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. So the idea was we will be proactive and catch our students before they start to develop problems as a result of miseducation, being under-resourced, and also just environmental traumas that they deal with. So our goal is we're going to reach them while they're young so that those type of problems, if they have to continue to encounter them as they get older, they'll be equipped with the emotional, the academic, and the mental health that they need to deal with those issues.
And this really is filling in a gap in the community that is much needed. What exactly does your program do? It's more than just sort of a tutoring program.
Yes. Absolutely. So we do have the academic component. We provide Saturday Academy, which we call Smart Saturdays. It stands for Study, Move, Achieve, Responsible Transition. And it's a day-long, like, fun-filled activity for the boys. They come in, they do urban electronics, where they build robots, they build bikes out of, like, using hydrogen, oxygen, and
cool.
They also create keyboards, and just they have a lot of fun, like it's hands-on, like project-based learning. We also have for them urban coding, where they learn the language and they learn how to create games and software, as well as urban beats. And a lot of our boys, they like music, they like to create it, they like to listen to it. And so what we're doing is teaching them how to get behind the scenes, so they learn how to DJ and make mixes. Cool. And so they have this like hands-on project-based training that allows them to get up and move around, because oftentimes in school they're told to just sit down, be still, and be quiet. And that doesn't work for anyone, especially not for young boys.
Now, on a Saturday especially.
Exactly. So
I mean, the fact that you guys are getting boys in the room to, you know, learn and prepare for jobs in the future on a Saturday anyway, you got to make it fun, right?
Right. So they really enjoy it. It's exciting. They also have the opportunity to use their physical bodies, because they have to move not just with their hands. So we have sport activities for them, such as soccer and football, and baseball as well. And then we take them on various field trips so that we can actually get them out of the neighborhood. It's a sad reality that a lot of our boys actually are just almost confined to just the Bayview Hunters Point. And so we take them throughout the city so they can experience different neighborhoods, such as going to different museums, etc., just so they can get exposed to the whole world that San Francisco has to offer.
And it sounds like you also have a lot of support and programs for parents as well.
Absolutely. So that's a huge component. These boys are young, and so they're not getting to the program themselves. They're not getting to school themselves. And so what we need to do is make sure that parents are equipped to provide the best type of parenting they can. And what I've discovered, most of us have discovered, the parent always wants what's best for the child. Sometimes they just need a little help in figuring out what that is. And so we have a partnership with the Center for Youth Wellness, who provides emotional, physical, and mental health services for the parents, as well as the boys if they need them. And then we also have a partnership with a program called Raising Him Alone that specifically helps single mothers who are raising boys by themselves.
That sounds like such a needed program for some communities here, some Black communities as well. Talk to me about what, you know, every nonprofit sort of has a need as they're moving into the future. What's the need at Urban Ed Academy? What are you guys really hoping keeps you going?
So two primary needs. So like most nonprofit organizations, financial contributions would be much appreciated, because it'll help us continue to make sure we have the right funding for our Saturday Academy, the different type of equipment and materials that we need, and then also volunteers. It's a misconception that the volunteers would have to be African American or Latino or Pacific Islander, because that's primarily the boys that we serve.
Right.
But that's not necessary. It would be great if we have men of color who can serve as volunteers and role models. But anyone who just has an interest in making sure that boys of color are receiving the right type of services so that we can help them at an early stage, and so that they can become the asset to our communities that we know they can be. So volunteers will be greatly appreciated.
Okay. It sounds like you guys are doing fantastic work, and what lucky boys. It really would be great to see more people volunteer for a program like that. And if you do want to volunteer or just find out more information about the Urban Ed Academy, you can log on to urbanedacademy.org. That's urbanedacademy.org. We'll be right back with more Black Renaissance right after this.